President Trump takes aim at the apology of Representative Ilhan Omar after her use of anti-Semitic tropes to criticize Israel. Before departing for El Paso Monday, the president said Omar's apology was a, quote, terrible statement, adding he believes it was an inadequate response. The president then went on to say Omar should be ashamed of herself and for the remarks she made. Omar faced widespread criticism from both sides of the aisle after suggesting via Twitter that Jewish groups buy support for Israel from Congress. This also comes as House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy slammed Omar and went on to say Republicans will take action this week to ensure the House speaks out against anti-Semitic hatred. One America's Jack Posobiec sat down with Richard Pollock to learn more about the rise of anti-Semitism in the new Congress. Here's a look.
Well, at One American News, we are glad to welcome Richard Pollock, the senior advisor for the Endowment for Middle East Truth. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
So tell me, we saw these recent comments from the new Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. What did you think of those comments she made on Twitter?
Well, these were just absolutely ugly, hateful kinds of comments. These are comments that have no place in the Congress of the United States. I don't think that they have place in the Democratic Party either. I mean, she talked about Jews being hook-nosed. She talked about the fact that Jews pay members of Congress for their support for Israel. We have to remember it was Harry Truman, a Democrat, who actually recognized the Israeli state in 1948. This is a long-standing Democratic position of support for Israel, and I think that she is completely off the reservation. She's more than an outlier. I don't think there's a place for her in the Democratic Party.
Now, we saw something similar recently where Republicans had an issue with Congressman Steve King. They actually removed him from committees. Do you think that's something that the Democrats should look at?
Well, it was very interesting that just yesterday, Kevin McCarthy, the leader of the Republican Party in the House, said, we took care of Steve King and we removed him from all of his committee assignments, and we think you should do the same thing for Omar. And I think that that's right. If Speaker Pelosi is absolutely clear in denouncing her, which she did today, and to her credit she did this, she has to take a firm look about the fact that she has a coveted seat, that is, Omar has a coveted seat on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. There is no place for her on the Foreign Affairs Committee. She should be removed forthwith.
These comments from Rep. Omar and also others from her colleague, Rep. Tlaib, seem to be setting something of a trend, don't you think?
Yes, I think that these two progressive freshman congresswomen who are from the Middle East originally are not bringing American values to the Congress, and they are really doing a disservice to their own constituents who voted for them. These are two people that are bringing, I think, hateful and insightful kinds of venom into the Congress. There is no place in the Congress for this kind of attitude. I think both of them are just so out of step with the American tradition that it's very important that we take a look at these two progressive freshmen and just ask what kind of hate are they bringing to Washington.
Absolutely. Bottom line?
Bottom line is, I think that both congresswomen are outside of the Democratic mainstream. I think that they are out of touch with Democratic voters. I think that they are hurting the Democratic cause in general, and I think that the Democrats should think about giving them the exit door and showing them their way outside of the party. There is no place, in my opinion, for these types of people in the Democratic Party itself.
Richard Pollock, Senior Advisor for the Endowment for Middle East Truth. Thank you very much for being with us.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.